Now it is time for us to, get into the world of streaming, cinemas, movie stars. I've got one of those in the studio with me, and we have a lot to talk about. We do. Join me in welcoming my guest on the show today, Jide Kenachufisi. I was just saying that it's been like a month, and I told you, I was like, I'm going to have you again on the show. Because then we were talking about I Love You Regardless. Yes. How did that go?
Well, very well. It was well received by the people that went out to see it.
Fantastic.
It was quite a very easy feel film. Yeah.
Easy feel film, right? Yes. Okay, so what was Valentine's Day like for you? Because remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
So what did you end up doing? This is a follow-up interview.
Well, I spent a lot of time at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, praying, asking God when.
Well, you and me both. You and me both, Penny. So yeah, let's get into the nitty-gritty. So I was just telling people out there that we are in a space where YouTube movies are gaining lots of popularity.
Yes.
There's a lot of platforms that I have to confess I binge watch as well because they feel good films. Now, as an actor, where do you think the industry is going with regards to YouTube productions and not YouTube productions, Nollywood films capitalizing on YouTube as a platform for growth?
Well, speaking from the side of media going digital, I would say that we kind of anticipated that YouTube would have a very large market from 10 years ago, but also something that has given very strong winds to that YouTube market is what the dollar is doing against the naira. Mm-hmm. So because YouTube pays in dollar, a lot of people have found it very easy to make films and put it out there and let people watch. Now we have a lot of people who watch Nollywood, both those in the diaspora and those people who are just like countries that follow Nollywood. Like for example, Nollywood is first in Philippines, it's first in countries like Jamaica and all of those areas, right? So a lot of those people are just at home. And also the networks, they have YouTube free plans, night plans. Yes. So there's a lot of, enabling that's going into that. So yeah.
Okay, so is this a good thing though? Because like I said, it's getting to the point where everyone has a TV.
Yeah.
I'm 2 seconds away from doing Kachi Ofia TV. I'm not even joking. Kachi Ofia TV. I will just get in there. But is this a good thing? Because if everyone is going into it, and by everyone I mean literally everyone. Most recently, I know Omoni Oboli just joined that. Lilian Afebai just joined that as well. So everyone is getting in on that YouTube market. So is this a good thing for the industry? Because we're all talking about growing Nollywood. We're just celebrating the appreciation of our films, getting to the point where now we see it on streaming services, not just as movies on streamers, but as Netflix produced or Amazon Prime produced films. So is this also a step in the direction of our growth?
Well, I think I was discussing this with an industry professional yesterday, and I said, I feel like it's a Ponzi scheme. I know people may come for me, but
explain.
I feel like it's a Ponzi scheme. I feel like it's a digging while it's here. Make sure you don't don't sleep on this one. Keep, get it. But also, are we moving forward? I would say in terms of injecting cash into the industry, yes, we may be moving forward. Okay. But in terms of preaching quality or advocating for actual growth within our film industry, I think we're just retrogressive in that respect. We're very much retrogressive, or we are definitely retrogressing. We're going back to the days of YouTube films, 4 days, 5 days, and it's good money. So nobody would say no, right? But while we're doing that, I hope we're able to understand that this is a free streaming platform. It's not like we need any connection to get there. So if we do ruin it by either dumping all the low budget films or moving the talents over there, then definitely we're going to be shooting ourselves in the foot. But guess what? I think every now and then, every industry is kind of resets itself, right? So I feel like what it's doing now is making sure that we have an injection of young talents.
Yes.
If you notice, it feels like a teen TV. It feels like what's going on there is mostly for adolescents, right? So clearly, what we're going to get in terms of quality from such a surge is that we're going to get a lot of younger, good-looking actors who would have screen time. Because unfortunately, in mainstream Nollywood, the only thing that's available is either you are old enough to be someone's fiancé, or you're old enough to be someone's father or someone's child. There's no in-betweens. So that's one market that I feel like the YouTube industry is servicing right now.
Okay, but when you say shooting ourselves on the foot, there are certain realities, and I've had several guests sit there in this chair that is and talk about several realities of the industry. One, the pay. Okay, the fact that we're talking about building a life that is sustainable for our actors like yourself, to the point where they can look after themselves. But imagine you spend a whole, say, 6 months filming one particular movie, and I don't know how much you're going to make. It's not financially viable. Whereas in a month, you could have done 3 or 4, 5 YouTube films. So is this also us now saying, and that is the actors. You know how in LA they had the actors strike? That was their own way of fighting back. Is this also a way of the actors now fighting back? Like, you know what? Because I'd be honest to say that almost everyone is an actor in these things. I've seen some really, really good actors, and I'm like, okay, I'm surprised, but it's nice to see you here in this movie. You know, it's nice to see you here. So is it just safe to say that this is the actors just pushing back to say, guy, uncle producer, auntie director, executive producer, you need to pay us better. Otherwise, we are going to flood this space. And even if the script is X and O, we will do our lines and get our money.
I feel like, to be honest, there's a lot of economic reasons why a lot of people are going into that part of things. And trust me, like I said, by all means, please get your bag, right? But also, I would say that the emergence of that particular market must not distract us from what we've been building for years now. So I speak clearly on the issue of quality over quantity, right? What we're trying to do is copy or mirror the secret formula that Afrobeats has used to go international, because Nollywood used to be way bigger than Afrobeats or Nigerian music industry back in the 90s, right? So what we're trying to do is not make content that only us will stream and watch and get paid in dollars. It feels like reverse colonialism or something related to that, right? So instead, what I need us to do is, while we're doing that, or while some of us are doing that, some of the people need to stay focused on the ball and make sure that in the next 5 to 10 years, we're able to have eligible Oscar selections. Or, I mean, not to mention that, say that Oscar is the highest anything, but just saying to be able to compete on the global
international
level. Exactly. So that's all I'm saying. I mean, by all means, get your bread, but remember, let's not all fall into earning $1,000 or $2,000 and then forget that we are actually
running a race,
trying to build $1 billion industry. So
that's valid. That's 1,000% valid. I mean, I think it's important to remember this thing, because then someone would say, see, the art is great, but you need to service the art with funds.
Exactly. True.
You need to service that. But speaking about movies now, speaking about movies that are taking us in that direction, Blood Vessel, what did you think about the nominations for AMVCA? Were you a bit upset about the snub? Like, how did you feel?
Well, I think experience teaches you that every time there's always going to be a generational shift, right? Sometimes the people who do these awards have targets, right? It could be, let's make sure we bring on new people. It could be, let's make sure we let the veterans know that we see them. It could be, this year, I think last year we went this way, this year let's go this way. I don't know what they think about when they make the selections that they make. But I do believe that collectively, there will always be news about whatever selections have been made. So my advice would be, it's a win-win for everybody. Whatever your motivations are, it shouldn't be limited to awards, because at the end of the day, if you make good films or you're getting better roles than you did last year, you're winning. And our real focus is to feed the Nigerian film market, not necessarily about who is where or who's not where. So yeah, it's all right.
So I don't know, Jide Kene, you're sounding more like a saint. Do you like money? Do you not like to be just? Don't you just have someone just dash you something? Come on, like first of all, you say, okay, you know what, the money can go. Let's just focus on the art. Now you're saying that the awards can go. Let's just come on. There must be. I mean, for you as a creative, let me put it this way: what is your goal when you're creating? Everyone has a goal. I have a goal when I present. As much as I love to talk, you don't want to catch me hungry. And you don't want to catch me broke. I don't look like myself. Okay, I don't look very nice because I'm stressed. So I like to be happy, and there's certain things that just make sure, as long as I've had something nice to eat and I'm not hungry, because I get very cranky. So everyone, I mean, I'm human at the end of the day. So for you, what is it that motivates your actions, even when things are tough? What keeps you going?
So I feel as though most people who are now thriving in the entertainment industry, especially in the film industry, kind of had dreams at some point that they wanted to be actors. And I'm pretty sure that whatever motivation that they had didn't start at any award night, right? I didn't see Two-Face winning an award and I'm like, I must sing. I'm sure I listened to his song, first and foremost. So the thing about awards is seasonal, right? Everybody wants to get nominations, everybody wants to win. But if you're the one who's most consistent over 30 years, or the one who's really talented over 30 years, then there's no need for the record books to be opened to remember you, or for posterity to favor you, right? I think it's all revolves around who stays the longest or who has the best track record of delivering blockbusters or really intelligent films, right? Films that stand the test of time. There are films that when we watch it this year, we're not going to watch it again because it's for just now. There are films that you can watch 50 years later, like The Godfather, right? So it's beyond just awards, it's beyond just recognition, because it's a group of people who come together and say, I think I prefer this to this. So art is relative, right? If we were to choose who's the most talented Nigerian musician, we may not go to the one that's most celebrated.
Exactly. And everyone would have theirs to say. But I'm happy you said what you just said, because I agree. I don't think that awards are a judgment of a person's, skill or how great they are. But like I said, it's nice. It's a feel good to appreciate, to be recognized. And still, a celebration for one is a celebration for all. I think the movie in itself has done incredibly well, and I'm so delighted to know that it was nominated as many times as it was. Now, Jide, before I let you go, I just have to also say that I think Mama Judah will be very proud of you. I think she will be. I think you've spoken like a true Judah.
Thank you very much.
On the show today, and it was equally nominated several times. How did that make you feel?
Well, it feels good to be part of best film overall, like to have two films that I was lead actor in them, to be nominated for the biggest award of the night.
That's why it's a movie where there are two films. You were literally like, we would not have the "Are you a he-goat" scene without you. We wouldn't have that. So I don't know. I just thought it was a bit weird. I'm like, make it make sense. I'm sorry. Mans was part of two of the most nominated movies out there. So how come no one just... Do you think maybe it's like, he has tried now, let's just let other people have it?
Also, I feel like it's very important that we encourage everybody who feels hard done by. Either last year, Kunle Remi, this year, Chimezie Imo, whoever it is. I think we'll encourage... I think instead of feeling disappointed, I think it would be an encouragement to remind you that the level that you're flying at, they expect so much more from you. So when you bring 98, it may just not be good enough. So encourage you to keep going, keep making history. Remember that everybody remember after years of what you're able to achieve. So keep the track record going.
Keep the track record going. And Jide, can I keep the track record going? What's your next movie? Because we need something. Like you've done I Love You Regardless. What's next?
Well, my fans tell me on socials, from what we gather, that they don't want me dying in movies.
To agree. No more dying. That was a very painful one. And you don't even know how to die. You really made me cry. You died really well.
So I have an Igbo biopic, a real life story coming.
Can you tell us who it's about?
Well, it's directed by Obi Emelonye. It's a story about how slaves were buried with their owners in somewhere in Delta State back in the day, Ogwashuku to be precise. So we went there last year. We made a great film, Chidimo Keme, Kanayo Kanayo. We just released the trailer as well. It's called Out of Breath. Out of Breath. Yeah, it's very good. So it's people have been wanting something from a timepiece from the Igbos or in Igbo language. So it's completely done in Igbo language. From A to Z, yes.
Wow.
So that's coming
When is this movie premiering?
Well, we'll have dates soon.
I'm going to just give you a few tips right now, because you see, we've done this indigenous movie thing, and I'm so happy to see that it's coming to the East as well, and we're putting out more movies. And again, this is going to be a big story, because this is something that has actually happened before. So, in terms of the theme of the event, because I love fashion, please, You guys have to come correct with the theme. Just tell Uncle Obi that I said that we want to come in our so he should make sure he gives us a theme for the event. Definitely. It's going to be very important. Jide Kene, I will be seeing you soon, especially now that we have a premiere coming up soon, hopefully. Congratulations on your new film. I think it's going to be amazing, and I will see you soon.
Thank you.
Absolutely.